Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here back in the best version of your broadcast, which wouldn't exist without our amazing, amazing, amazing audience. I would like to really share the intention of this podcast, why I started it in the first place. Podcasts from the most amazing people I look up to, like Mel Robbins, like Lewis House, like Jay Shetty. They have been the portal of light for me in my deepest, darkest hours. And that's when I wanted to be able to be that light for somebody else. And that's why I'm here. Have I got my whole life sorted? No. Have I got days that are crazy? Yes. Do I face overwhelm? Yes. Do I have crisis in my life where they're like, oh my God? Yes. See, when you work on yourself, when you come back to yourself, healing is about coming back to yourself. It's not like your whole life gets sorted in a day, but you find ways and means to and tools to get back to yourself where you are, where you used to feel stuck, not knowing where to go. So, I have explored my journey of the last few years in the past. Today, I would like to share my struggles with technology. I keep telling myself technology is my friend. Still doesn't rhyme true. So, I went and got Go High Level 2 months back, and I've been sitting on it. No, I haven't used it. I haven't got it working or anything. And there's a monthly $97 that goes to it. So, yeah, I'm not making the most use of it. I know procrastination is fear of failure, fear of judgment. Uh, Anyways, I got my account set up. I was wanting to create the free gift funnel for the upcoming talk, the Women's Spirit Fest. Why is it so important for me? Because the initial healing meditation, the gift that I want to share, is really heartfelt, that I've made with literally my whole heart. So, how it's going to work was, as you come to the end of the talk, you share the link, people can click, put in their emails there so that I can get back in touch with them and I can share it. Now, the balancing act was giving my full on complete presence to the soul talk. Yes, I've done talks in the past. The thing is, this has to be a concise 15 minutes on point. So there's a flow of every minute, like, where I am at what point. And then me feeling completely stuck. And basically, what happens with overwhelm? You want to push that thing. Okay, I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. So that's what I've been doing. And now, basically, I found this wonderful lady. She has helped me with my presentations in the past. So she'll be doing the funnel for me. And I'm going to be focusing on what I do best, the content of my talk, being myself, being my authentic self, being completely present, radiating my light so that I can connect deeply with my audience. Now, is that the right way forward? I don't know 100%. But what I would say is, rather than a part of me dragging myself behind and thinking, oh, I need to do this, and this, try and delegate things that you can, which are monetarily possible for you, and focus on what you do best. Does that mean that you kind of not focus on your weaknesses? No. See, all of us have got our genius, our unique capabilities. Sometimes when you're working on your own business, so you are working so much in your business that there's no time to work on your business, right? You are the key to your business. You working on yourself is profound. Yes, I would love to understand a better functioning of the high level, and I've arranged a call for that. Yes, I would like to know more about funnel building, but is that my finesse? Is that my unique strategy that I want to bring to the world? No, not really. So in that case, I can just go out, find the right person who can help me out with it, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. Okay, I really wanted to share this. If today is a day where you're feeling, oh my God, I'm stuck, there's too much overwhelm, there's 10 things to do, I don't know which side to go, take the smallest step. Not every day is the same. Sometimes the struggles are more internal than external. Face it. Face yourself rather than running away from it. So, in the present day, talking about my own self, I want to be a conscious parent for my 3-year old child. I am a medical doctor working Mondays and Tuesdays. I've got my own business with my clients whom I offer subconscious reboot RTD sessions and inner power access coaching sessions. And I am a keynote speaker in different events. Now, how does that all of that balance together? Well, you can expect some days are balanced, some days are completely out of whack. And that's what life is. Yeah. You learn to dance in the rain. You don't wait for, you learn to dance in the storm, in the rain, in whatever the weather life throws, whatever the season life throws, rather than waiting for everything to settle down, fall back into place. Have you been the person who has been feeling, oh my God, I'm not good enough. Everybody's got their life, all sorted in place. No. If you are making that assumption out of social media, in general, on social media, most of us, including me, we might be posting the best parts of our life, the beautiful offerings that we want to share, maybe not always the struggles we face on a day-to-day basis. So when you're looking at somebody else's life, on social media and thinking, oh my God, everybody has got it sorted except for me, that's not true. That is not true at all. On a positive note, what I would really want to share is, so I was in Letchworth, which was the 6th of July. It was a Saturday. And I was invited by Rumiana Nyathi, who is a dear friend and amazing business coach. And she's got this beautiful group called Connections Equals Currency. I had the opportunity to meet the most beautiful people out there, but most importantly, re embrace and bring to life my own unique strength. Basically, relive it again. So in October 2023, I was invited. Let me just close the window because it's getting really noisy. So in October 2023, I was invited by my alma mater, the medical school I studied in, to talk about self-belief, self-confidence, and basically give a talk to the first year medical students. There were about 200 of those. This was the very first time I did like a proper keynote address in the auditorium. I was wanting to walk myself out of it just one day before. Then I kept repeating to myself, Richie, magic happens at the end of your comfort zone. Magic happens at the end of your comfort zone. Yeah, that was crazy. So there was this pull of like, oh my God, I don't want this. What if I freeze? What if I don't remember anything? What if this? What if? Endless what ifs. And then what do you do when the circumstance completely tries to engulf you in? You rise up. Wait, this is a golden opportunity. You had been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this. Go for it. Just go for it. If you have an, I don't know, a work presentation coming up, a difficult conversation coming up, difficult conversations are important for your growth, for your learning, for whichever relationship, because that relationship, especially in a personal sphere, matters to you when you make that effort to have that difficult conversation. Anyways, start with deep breathing, grounding yourself. When our energies are all frittered, it's not to our best advantage. So, taking a deep breath in, hold, release. Maybe doing it like twice, thrice. So, when I went on stage in Letchworth, that's what I started with. As the talk began, as you dance with the energies of the audience, there was this inner fire that was lit up again, like, literally from inside out. I can feel the sink. You know, that moment when you're in there and you're like, this is it. This is what I'm meant for. I don't want this moment to end. The more I live it, the more I align with it. Was I a born speaker? Wow, I don't know as a child. But if you ask me just about 3 years back, I would say I would rather die than be on stage. I was that person. How did I find it? I'll tell you, well, I wouldn't quite say it a secret, but when it happened, it made no sense to me. So in 2017, I was, none of this existed. I was a hardworking doctor. And in a moment of, like, say, deep stress and overwhelm, I was just sitting like this and I'm deep breathing and I'm just being with myself. And as I was deep breathing, I wouldn't even say I was meditating, but a flash came in front of me, just a flash. And this flash was, I am in front of my aligned audience. Like, in this flash, I can see and feel my own heart lit up. Like, the closed doors are not closed anymore. The guards are down. The heart is open, unauthentic self. And I can see that twinkle in the eye of my audience, with their hearts, their inner light being like, shining. It was just a glimpse. And I opened my eye and I'm like, what was that? And it made no sense to me, right? As I said, because I was a medical doctor, that's what I used to do. Like, none of what I do existed. So this is 2017, about 6, 7 years back. Now just keep this into perspective and look at this moment with me. What is it that is knocking on your heart? And you are saying, shh, I'm busy. I need to get stuff done. Or whatever is happening in your life, you need to get it sorted. Whatever that is. What is that dream? What is your bigger why? Think about it, feel about it, because challenges will come in life, obstacles will come in life, everything can't go your way. What lights you up? Ask yourself that question. What lights you up? Well, what is lighting me up in this moment is me doing my soul talk in the Women's Spirit Fest, which is happening from the 18th to 20th of July. And this is special because all of the other speaking engagements I've done, it's like, yes, you prepare your talk, you meet the speakers in there, you do the talk. Yes, there are amazing connections, networking, and then, in general, people get back to their lives. This one is really special because literally every week we meet 2 hours every week. The whole group, led by Elizabeth Ocean, we train together, we work together with the transformational speaker training program. And I am so pleased because all the things that I loved, that I learned, that I grew with in that program, I actually used in my keynote speaker address in Letchworth, which was in person. And I could feel the deeper connection, the deeper interaction with the audience. So that was amazing. And I really loved it. I have really loved meeting like minded women in there, feeling seen, feeling heard. Is it always easy? Well, if you were to talk of the logistics, no, not really, because Mondays and Tuesdays are really busy for me. So literally, 5:30, by 5:30 I have picked up my son from the nursery. I'm back home, and because they work in the US time zone, for me it's 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So I've had a really busy day, waking up at 4:30. From 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock you're working. A busy, this morning there's a laser list, afternoon there's a emergency clinic list. Summarizing, coming back, I think the first time I did it, I'm like, oh my god, will I be even able to focus? It's about what you tell yourself. I'm like, I want this. And 6 o'clock, I'm fresh. I'm all zoned in. I'm even more energized in the call, in the learning, in the interaction, in the breakout rooms. Keep investing in yourself. Keep investing in yourself. Keep finding your bigger why and keep aligning with it. How did I find my bigger why? See, your bigger why doesn't always come like this lightning bright light, your bigger why written on the clouds. 3 years back, just 3 years back, I was completely lost. No clue what my bigger why was. No, I mean, yes, I was like a really stressed out doctor. Uh, a new mom landed up into postpartum depression. No clarity, no sense of fulfillment, no clue what I was doing with my life. I was 35. All I knew was I can't be doing just this for the rest of my life. I know there's more. But then when I say there's more, I can see this big cloud and there's no clarity. How did I find my way out? That wasn't easy, but how did I find my way out? One step at a time. One step at a time. So I would like to really share the steps with you. Okay. So it's called Sicily. Yeah. So S is the self-love mirror exercise. This was the first one to help me pave my way out. If you have been listening to me for a while, I'm pretty sure you would have possibly heard it before. But it is so profound that for everyone who hasn't, I would really want to repeat it and say it over and over and over and over again till the time it literally forms the fiber of your being. The self love mirror exercise. What is it? It's as simple as it can get. You wake up in the morning, possibly you've brushed your teeth, you look in your eyes, and as you look in your eyes, you look with all the love in your heart and you say, I love you. Truly, deeply, and unconditionally. I love and accept all parts of you. And when I say I love you, you take your name. So I would say, Ruchi, I love you. I love you truly, deeply, and unconditionally. I love and accept all parts of you. When you say it for the very first time, I still remember, there were tears, there were fears, there was a bit of shaking. The second day, it was like, oh my God, you're lying. That's not true. And so on and so forth. Just persist. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. Just persist, persist, persist. Do not give up on yourself. You are your biggest asset. Do not give up on yourself. Then comes the I, the inner child healing medic, the inner child healing journey. Why is it important? I've been asked, well, we are not children anymore. You talk about the inner child healing. I get that. But what will it do? I mean, what has to happen has happened. Whatever your childhood was, it was. Okay, I get it. I'm not denying that. We as children form a lot of impressions, beliefs about ourselves and the rest of the world. And then what happens is by age 5, most of it, your beliefs about life, your beliefs about money, about how people are, how world is, who you are in the world, most of them are formed. And then what happens is for the rest of your life, you're looking at the world with colored glasses on, right? Yes, we cannot go back and change the circumstances or situations. I get that. But any limiting beliefs that are holding you back, we can go back. We can question them and we can reframe them. We can break through out of it. If you've faced any trauma in any form, big trauma, small trauma, childhood sexual abuse, any form of trauma, you cannot go and change it. But you can choose to let go of the hold it has on your life. You can break through from the effects of that. You can open the cage doors and be out. You can stop it dictating the rest of your life. Yeah. We all have a dialogue with ourselves. If you don't like somebody else, you can shut that dialogue and be out. Great, amazing, awesome. But you cannot run away from yourself. People try. We can Netflix it out, alcohol, shopping, binge eating, alcohol, smoking, you name it. What is it? The idea is to numb down whatever you're feeling, a little sense of escape. Mine is Netflix, so I'm not denying that I never do it. But with inner child healing, you elevate the quality of your inner dialogue, because your own inner dialogue can push you down or lift you up. That's a choice you make. So that's why inner child healing is extremely profound. And the talk I'm inviting to you to, the Women's Spirit Fest. I'll be sharing a beautiful, beautiful a gift for you in there as well, which is based on inner child healing. And as I said, I've made it with all my heart. So it's really, really special and close to my heart. Be there. So my talk will be 20th of July, um, British summertime, 6:30 p.m. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So it will be a 15-minute soul talk, be there, and not just for mine, each and every one of the speakers. I've been training with them for the last 3 months now. They're spectacular, amazing, trailblazing women, literally out of this world. So the 3-day event actually would be costing more than £10,000, but we have all been affiliates to it. We've all been working so hard, and so the registration actually is completely free. In the description of this, the link is already there, and you can click on the link and register and sign up for free. Okay, I really look forward to having you in there. So coming back to our steps. So Sicily, self-love mirror exercise, inner child healing, sees compassion. Compassion starts from yourself. We were all told to be polite and kind, to loving to everyone. Nothing wrong with that. But how about self compassion? A compassion that starts from inside out rather than the other way around, right? Self compassion. When you make a mistake, when things go wrong, you talk to yourself like you would be talking to your best friend. Come on, tell me. When your best friend comes to you with something that's gone really out of whack in their life, how kind you are to them. And when we make a mistake, how do we talk to ourselves? That's what I'm talking about, the inner dialogue. Be kind to yourself, be kind to that inner child. Don't run away from emotions. Emotions are messengers who are just coming to let you know of something. That's it. You don't need to drown in them. Just listen. Listen on to the message. What is it that they're here to convey? And then release it. Previously I have mentioned it before, I'll say it again. It's like, visualizing a river in front of you. You just got all the thoughts, emotions, feelings, all of that. But you are not the river. You're the observer. You are the observer. When you jump in and give into the overwhelm and get lost, that's when the overwhelm kind of makes you freak out. But when you remind yourself that I'm the observer, it's a completely different play. So that's inner child healing and compassion. Then comes the next eye, which is introspection. Why is introspection important? Because it comes from self awareness. You being aware of this beautiful, miraculous instrument that you are. You have taken this instrument to follow your soul's calling, to follow your soul's purpose. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have taken this highly specialized, miraculous instrument, which is unique to your calling, to your purpose. So that's why introspection is important. Mostly we are outwardly done. 5 minutes and we go to the phone. Yes, I do that too. I have to consciously remind myself not to. The journey is inside out. So, how do we make those 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go within? Simplest thing, I would say, two very simple things. One is deep breathing. You can do it anywhere, which is just breathe in for 5, hold for 5, release for 5. If you just did that 5 times, you feel this decluttering. We keep our houses clean, right? So we need to declutter our system as well. Expressive writing is a fancy way to say that you get all the clutter out of your system onto the paper. All these thoughts bugging you, going on and on, get them out. Get them out. Get them out of your system. Rather than typing it, your prefrontal cortex comes into place. I would say, take a pen to paper, give yourself at least 5 minutes and get them out of your system. Reconnect with yourself. The answers don't always lie out there. The happiness, the success that you want, the journey is inside out. So start from within. Start from within. You're whole, complete, and resourceful. Start from within. Then comes learning and growth. I would like to give a huge round of applause for each and every one of you seeing this or listening to this, because you're here for learning and growth. Otherwise, you won't be listening to this. Self growth, self development, realigning with who you are, realigning with your purpose, working on yourself, making time for yourself. This includes everything. If you listen to a podcast that you feel aligned to, if you listen to a book that you feel aligned to, that if you read, if you meditate, if you go for a walk just by yourself, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, connecting with yourself, making time for yourself, learning and growth. Life is about learning and growth. Life is not about success and failure, right? Repeat with me. Life is about learning and growth. Life is not about success and failure. Keep that profound fact in head, in your mind. We run away from learning new things because there's this thing, I need to be successful. Well, whenever you're learning something new, you're bound to fail. Whenever we learn to talk, we learn to walk, we fell innumerable times. No child ever said, oh my God, I'm being judged. I fell down, right? So that's where learning and growth comes into play. And last but not the least, the step is entrepreneurial mindset. Even if you are not an entrepreneur, it counts, because leading starts with leading this first. Leading also starts inside out. If you can't lead this, it's very difficult to lead anybody, any team, any family, anything around you. So I think by now you've got the gist of everything goes inside out rather than the other way around. Now we live in this consumerist world where it's so important to make people feel not enough. When you buy this particular cosmetic, you're gonna be enough. You're worth it. When you be buying that TV, perfume, deo, etc., etc., etc. So somehow your enoughness is always tied up to something. Or maybe when you have that house, that job, that spouse, that child, that money, something, that car, the journey starts inside out, not the other way around. The journey starts inside out. Always remember that, not the other way around. So we talked about Sicily, self-love mirror exercise, inner child healing, compassion, introspection, learning and growth, entrepreneurial mindset, right? So those were the steps I really, really wanted to share. And where, yes, obviously I've shared my journey before. Where did these steps kind of unfold in my head? I was on my own walk and I was contemplating, like, how do I put it into steps? And that's when I contemplated it, right? You have your inner unique strength, you have your genius. Align to it, tap into it. Don't fritter the energy by just and this and this and this and this. Another amazing thing, oh yes, and I have shared this with you before as well, but I am a Jay Shetty certified life coach. And one amazing tool I've also learned from there is to have a to be list, not just a to do list, which we are used to having, a to be list. So it's not about what you do, but in what consciousness do you do it? How mindful you are while you're doing it. Who are you? Who are you being while you do it? So that's a to be list, right? So that's another profound one. So that's what I really wanted to share, the summary of all the steps that have happened. Again, I would remind you finding your big why. A very simple exercise would be the 7 whys. So when you just contemplate, okay, what is my big why? Something rough comes up. Fine. We are only looking for progress, not perfection. Okay. So then you ask the second why. Then, the next deeper layer comes up. Then the third why, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. By the time you've written the seventh why, you have peeled a lot of layers of why what you're wanting. Why do you want it in the first place? Why is this big why important to you? Because if it's not, once you've asked like 2 3 questions, you're like, this is not really making so much sense. So, you can yourself navigate around it. So today's podcast was about sharing my own, let's say, learning and growth with technology, especially if you're working on your own business, on your own ventures. There are things that you're good at and there are things that you struggle with. So I think make a wise decision as to how much time do you want to spend on things that you struggle with. Is that taking away from your genius? Is that taking away from your what you really want to offer? If that's the case, outsource, delegate. Yeah. Outsource, delegate. What else? Yeah, I mean, this is what I really wanted to share. And I wanted to end with a high note, which is please do come in for the Women's Spirit Fest, which is happening 18th to 20th of July. And as I said, all of these amazing speakers I'll be speaking with are like family. We have been training for months now. So this is profound. And my own talk will be 20th of July, 6:30 p.m. British summertime. So I would really, really love to have you there. The link is in the description of the podcast. As you click on the link, you can sign up for free. As I said, the event is 3 days. The learning, the growth you're going to be having is, I can't really put it into words, but for now, it's still free. Go for it. I really look forward to have you there. Okay. Take care. Love you. Bye bye.